be creating radians. So here's the deal. Once you get your 1 degree and you're ready to do the radians, I'll try and say it again. Let's see if I can erase it a little bit. This one is written on, so it makes it a little tricky. I'll start it in green. Here is my string for those who are ready for string. It's the length of your radius. What you're going to do, as much as you can, I think the instructions say, you're going to go take that green string. I think I can I? Yeah. I'm going to take that radius. Can I turn it? Can I turn it? Yeah. Almost. I know I can, but it's going to be too much work, so I'll just, so close to that. So here's what I'll do. My radius string, I'm going to take it and I'm going to start putting it around the edge of my circle. As far as it goes, I assume it might go there. I don't know where it's going to end up. But wherever it ends, you mark it. And now with your ruler, you can draw a slice. So now that slice of pizza is a radian. A radian is the angle that you would get by taking your radius, which is why they call it a radian, they relate to each other, and putting it on the edge of your pizza. However far up it goes, that gives you your first slice of pizza and therefore your first radian. To get your second radian, wherever the first one ended, you would then start your string again, putting it around the edge of your pizza as best you can, and where it ends, you're going to mark it, and with your ruler, you draw it. There's your second radian. You keep going around the circle to find out how many radians your pizza will be cut into. Radian could just as easily be slices. Make your first slice. How do you find out your first slice? Whatever the pizza size is, you find out from middle to the edge. And if you could tear that off and put it on the edge, that lets you know how much, how large the pizza slice is going to be. It's just here in math, they're not calling it a pizza slice. They're calling it a radian. Just like the first thing you made was a degree, your degree for that pizza slice, which again I wouldn't take. Some of you did a really good job with doing your 1 degree. Is it right about here? We're going to compare degrees and radians. Normally we do with just the math and the fractions. Oh, turn a degree into radian, radian into a degree. But this is a picture version of. So how do they compare? Like, what's a degree? What's a radian? A degree is a small guy. The radian is the big guy. Sine. That's a big deal. In other words, hey Thomas, how do I get to 30 degrees? I know I'm going to go cosine, positive cosine. Let's see. So for 30, hey, how do I get to 30 degrees? I don't know where you're writing this because I didn't realize by cutting off your circle you would have mistakes. You would go cosine in the positive direction, plus cos, and you would go plus sine. You'd go positive sine. You go up. I'm going to have you write one. Your first guess. Here it comes. To get to 330, you write 330. 330 degrees. What you need to write somewhere is your cos is going to be positive or negative, and your sine is going to be positive or negative. In other words, to get to it, you got to go this way, red, and you got to go this way, green. Write it down, write it down. If you don't know, you have no idea, look on somebody's paper, like, what did you put down? Like, I don't even know what to write for this. See what they write. It's going to have the same words, cos and sine, every single time. The only difference is going to be positive or negative.
It's positive. It's positive.
And I'm going to help listening to Skylar. It's true, red is always going to go positive that way because, again, it's just an XY plane with a bunch of junk on it. Go to the left, it's always going to be negative. And then up, of course, is always going to be positive for the green. And this is why, again, students who are good in math, they have the ability to see patterns. Like, oh, wait. Oh, okay, yeah, that's like an XY plane. All the extra things for the people who aren't super good is like, what are those other lines? When they can block it out and see, oh, XY, positive numbers, negative numbers. Positive numbers, negative numbers. All right, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do 120 and 135. If you can get 120 And 135, you just answered a test question. Here we go. Oh, by the way, what was the answer on this one? It was a plus and a minus, so it was a plus cos or cosine, minus sine. Yeah, I can get these two in. Here comes the last two. What are you? 120 and 135. 120, 135. Put in, your parentheses for both of those. Now again, the word cosine and sine are always going to be there, so really all you're guessing is it going to be positive or negative? What are they trying to get to? They're trying to get to 120. They're going to do that one. And they're going to do 135. And if you wanted to, because it's now so easy, I would ask you to do 150 as well. If the first two are hard, don't worry about 150. But if you get the first two, please do the 150. If you can do the first two, 150, like easy. If the first two are hard, then don't worry about 150. It doesn't matter. I'm going to give 30 seconds. I'm going to ask for the answers. After that, I'm going to encourage you to mess around with the review, as much of it as you can. Some of it, a lot of it we covered. Some of it we did not. The next teacher will try and cover some of it. So in 15 seconds, I'm going to ask. This side, you guys get to do 120. This side, you get to do 135. And some student out there, you can even say 150 if, yeah, you can say 150. There is a pattern here, though. 5 seconds, and you don't even have to stand up to give the answer. Where does he have to go? You get another class, go home, what happens next? All right, here comes. This side of the room, did I say 120 or 150? There you go, 120, what is it?
Minus cosine plus.
All right, you guys get the new one now. All right, the next one, 135.
Minus
Yeah,
cos.
that's right. Anybody know 150? Yeah, there is a pattern. To get to any of the degrees on this side, the cosine and sine will do one thing just like with putting points in. It's like graphing a point over here, a point over here, a point over here. Their sign is going to be 1 thing. All right, what is your homework? Your homework. So do me a favor.